The power of focus. Simplified version. Hey warriors, look around. The modern world has created a new kind of slavery, mental slavery. People scroll all day, jumping from one thought to another. They can't focus for even 5 minutes. Their minds are filled with noise, opinions, gossip, and endless notifications. You are not lazy, you are overloaded, you are not tired, you are distracted, and that confusion quietly kills your potential. Machiavelli understood this long ago. He said the difference between the wise and the fool is clarity, the power to see what truly matters. Your mind is like a blade. A dull blade bends and breaks, but a sharp one cuts with precision. Every distraction dulls your mind. Every moment of focus sharpens it. The question is, how sharp can you make it? Today, you'll learn not just how to think better, but how to think differently, how to use dark psychology to harden your focus, silence mental weakness, and rise above the noise of this world. When your mind becomes calm, cold, and deliberate, no one can manipulate or distract you. You'll see through lies. You'll predict moves before they happen. You'll become a silent strategist in a noisy world. Say it aloud, my mind is my weapon. 1. The real power of focus. Focus isn't motivation, it's control. The average mind moves with impulse, scrolling, reacting, chasing meaningless stimulation. A strong mind moves with purpose. Every second of focus is a sign of dominance over confusion. The sharper your focus, the stronger your mind. Machiavelli said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command." The same is true for your thoughts. A weak mind serves distraction. A powerful mind commands attention, silently, like a ruler over chaos. Distraction doesn't destroy you in a day. It destroys you slowly, moment by moment, until you forget how to think deeply. Most people confuse being busy with being effective. They run all day, but go nowhere. True strength comes from stillness, from putting your full mental energy into one purpose while the rest of the world chases noise. Focus is not about doing more. It's about doing what truly matters and cutting everything else without guilt. 2. The power of subtraction. Every useless thought drains power. Every controlled thought builds it. Those who master focus don't waste energy on gossip or emotional drama. They act from silence, not noise. Their calmness feels powerful because in a world ruled by reaction, calm control looks like authority. True focus is built through subtraction, not addition. When you remove distractions, your mind becomes sharp. Silence feels uncomfortable at first because it reveals everything you've been hiding under noise. But clarity is born in that silence. With clarity comes patience, precision, and power. Most minds are like open windows. Everything enters. But the wise learn to close the window and protect their focus. When your concentration deepens, your decisions become fast and clean. Emotions stop controlling you. Attention moves only when you choose. That is a powerful mind, deliberate and present. People will feel it. They'll respect it even if they don't understand why. Because in a world addicted to noise, calm focus feels like dominance. Machiavelli said that clarity creates command. When your mind knows exactly what it wants, it doesn't compete. It directs. Focus gives you invisible power, control without words, authority without effort, and peace in a world of chaos. Drop this in the comments. My mind is my weapon. I choose focus over noise. Subtractive thinking. The art of mental control. A clear mind is not loud, but it is always felt. In this world of endless distraction, focus is the highest form of power. Say this: calm is control. 1. Subtractive thinking. Remove before you add. Most people think power comes from adding, learning more, chasing more goals, consuming more content. But the mind doesn't grow sharper by adding. It grows sharper by removing. Clarity is not found in what you gain, but in what you remove. Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." The fool keeps adding until his mind collapses. The wise one removes the unnecessary and sees truth clearly. Your mind becomes weak not from lack of effort, but from too much noise, opinions, trends, gossip, and emotional clutter. Each distraction steals mental energy. Every time you tolerate one, you surrender a bit of your focus. Subtractive thinking means cutting before creating, clearing before building. It means removing false ideas, detaching from meaningless influences, and stripping away everything that doesn't matter. This process feels hard because the human mind fears silence. But silence is where real insight is born. Imagine your mind as a blade covered in dust. Every piece of noise dulls its edge. To restore sharpness, you must clear away what doesn't belong. That's why powerful thinkers love solitude, not for loneliness, but for cleaning the mind. In stillness, illusions fade. What remains is truth, simple, raw, and strong. Subtractive thinking is not soft, it's ruthless. It cuts through ego, emotion, and attachment. It forces you to face your own mental clutter. But this is how clarity is built. Machiavelli taught that truth hides beneath layers of self-deception. So, begin the removal process. Cut useless conversations. End emotional entanglements. Stop unnecessary comparisons. Society glorifies addition because it feels productive. But real progress happens when the unnecessary is stripped away. Subtractive thinking is like clearing fog from a mirror. Suddenly, everything becomes visible. Your thoughts move faster, your decisions cleaner, your actions sharper. Those who master this art seem mysterious. They speak less, but say more. They act less, but achieve more. People mistake their silence for coldness, not realizing its clarity. Machiavelli called restraint a form of control, knowing when not to move, speak, or act. He wrote, "There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others." In thought, it means you can't escape chaos, you must remove what fuels it. When the mind is clean, external chaos loses power. Subtractive thinking turns intelligence into precision. It's not emptiness, it's focused awareness. Those who practice it move with quiet efficiency, untouched by noise, clear in purpose. Nothing can confuse a mind that has learned to let go. Say this: less is clarity. 2. Control your mind, control your life. All external power begins with inner control. A person who cannot command their mind becomes a slave to emotion and impulse. The illusion of balance makes people think they can chase both comfort and power. But comfort weakens discipline. True strength comes from controlling your thoughts even when emotions demand chaos. Machiavelli said, "The first sign of an intelligent ruler is the men he keeps around him." Inwardly, those men are your thoughts. If they are weak, the ruler, your mind, is weak. Fear manipulates decisions. Anger destroys judgment. Anxiety steals presence. Most people don't think, they just react. But the one who learns to observe thoughts instead of drowning in them becomes dominant. That separation between you and your emotions creates control. Power lies in the ability to pause. In that pause, clarity speaks louder than impulse. The mind that obeys emotion becomes a servant. The mind that commands emotion becomes a ruler. Machiavelli warned that chaos often hides behind opportunity. He said, "Whoever desires constant success must adapt with time." A controlled mind adapts without losing its core. It adjusts under pressure but never panics. Every emotion becomes data, not destruction. Those who practice control act after thinking, never before. Their calmness under tension is trained through countless moments of restraint. To master the mind means to master attention, emotion, and time. Attention decides what you see. Emotion decides how you feel. Time decides when you act. Together, they form the structure of personal power. Lose control of any, and you lose yourself. That's why the powerful remain quiet and deliberate. They don't. The power of focus. Simplified version. Hey warriors, look around. The modern world has created a new kind of slavery, mental slavery. People scroll all day, jumping from one thought to another. They can't focus for even 5 minutes. Their minds are filled with noise, opinions, gossip, and endless notifications. You are not lazy, you are overloaded, you are not tired, you are distracted. and that confusion quietly kills your potential. Machiavelli understood this long ago. He said the difference between the wise and the fool is clarity, the power to see what truly matters. Your mind is like a blade. A dull blade bends and breaks, but a sharp one cuts with precision. Every distraction dulls your mind. Every moment of focus sharpens it. The question is, how sharp can you make it? Today, you'll learn not just how to think better, but how to think differently. How to use dark psychology to harden your focus, silence mental weakness, and rise above the noise of this world. When your mind becomes calm, cold, and deliberate, no one can manipulate or distract you. You'll see through lies. You'll predict moves before they happen. You'll become a silent strategist in a noisy world. Say it aloud. My mind is my weapon. 1. The real power of focus. Focus isn't motivation, it's control. The average mind moves with impulse, scrolling, reacting, chasing meaningless stimulation. A strong mind moves with purpose. Every second of focus is a sign of dominance over confusion. The sharper your focus, the stronger your mind. Machiavelli said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command." The same is true for your thoughts. A weak mind serves distraction. A powerful mind commands attention, silently, like a ruler over chaos. Distraction doesn't destroy you in a day. It destroys you slowly, moment by moment, until you forget how to think deeply. Most people confuse being busy with being effective. They run all day, but go nowhere. True strength comes from stillness, from putting your full mental energy into one purpose while the rest of the world chases noise. Focus is not about doing more. It's about doing what truly matters and cutting everything else without guilt. 2. The power of subtraction. Every useless thought drains power. Every controlled thought builds it. Those who master focus don't waste energy on gossip or emotional drama. They act from silence, not noise. Their calmness feels powerful, because in a world ruled by reaction, calm control looks like authority. True focus is built through subtraction, not addition. When you remove distractions, your mind becomes sharp. Silence feels uncomfortable at first, because it reveals everything you've been hiding under noise. But clarity is born in that silence. With clarity comes patience, precision, and power. Most minds are like open windows. Everything enters. But the wise learn to close the window and protect their focus. When your concentration deepens, your decisions become fast and clean. Emotions stop controlling you. Attention moves only when you choose. That is a powerful mind, deliberate and present. People will feel it. They'll respect it even if they don't understand why. Because in a world addicted to noise, calm focus feels like dominance. Machiavelli said that clarity creates command. When your mind knows exactly what it wants, it doesn't compete, it directs. Focus gives you invisible power, control without words, authority without effort, and peace in a world of chaos. Drop this in the comments. My mind is my weapon. I choose focus over noise, waste energy reacting. They build strength through structure, through habit, focus, and self-observation. Because a controlled mind doesn't chase power, it becomes power. Drop this in the comments. Calm is control. Less is clarity. The power of control. Precision. Thinking. The mind that is trained to obey discipline begins to follow commands naturally. When your thoughts stop running wild, awareness expands. You start seeing patterns, reading people clearly, and avoiding emotional traps. Those who control their inner world automatically influence the outer one. Real authority grows in silence. The less control is shown, the stronger it becomes. Machiavelli understood this. Open emotion invites manipulation, but composure creates mystery. And mystery creates influence. People fear what they cannot read, and a controlled mind is unreadable. Control is not coldness, it's refinement. It's turning chaos into clarity, reaction into command. The one who governs thought governs destiny. Every empire, every revolution began in the quiet discipline of an organized mind. Say this: control creates power. Precision thinking, the art of clear action. Precision thinking is the difference between movement and impact. Most people scatter their energy everywhere and call it progress. The sharp mind does the opposite. It chooses one clear goal and channels all focus toward it until success bends to its will. Machiavelli said, "It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret." Precision isn't hesitation. It's deliberate, calculated action. A single well-timed move is worth more than 1,000 impulsive efforts. The power of thinking lies not in speed, but in accuracy. A mind without precision is like a dull blade, full of potential, but unable to cut through resistance. Precision begins with observation. It's the skill of seeing patterns in chaos, noticing details others miss, and connecting events before they happen. People who think loosely depend on luck. Those who think accurately create their own outcomes. Machiavellian wisdom teaches that control doesn't come from force, it comes from understanding. When you can read motives, predict actions, and calculate timing, you don't compete, you dominate quietly. True precision is economy. Say less, move less, decide less, but do every single thing with perfection. Average minds are addicted to activity. Superior minds are addicted to results. A precise thinker acts like a surgeon. One clean cut, no wasted motion. This requires patience. Acting too soon destroys advantage. The impatient chase opportunities. The precise create them. Machiavelli taught that a wise ruler adapts with time but never loses direction. The same rule applies to thought. The precise thinker adjusts to new information without losing clarity. Precision also demands emotional distance. When emotions mix with thought, judgment becomes cloudy. The calm observer, detached from excitement or fear, sees what others can't. That detachment isn't weakness, it's strategy. The world mistakes silence for hesitation, but silence is preparation, the gathering of data before a perfect mental strike. The precise mind does not speak before understanding, move before calculating, or act before confirming. It may appear slow, but when it moves perfectly. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every failure becomes a guide for the next victory. This turns observation into a weapon. Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." That is precision, clear, measured, immediate. While others drown in noise, the precise thinker sees only the target. Precision also builds quiet authority. People trust those who don't rush, who act with purpose and calm. That composure is invisible power. The precise mind speaks little, but every word has weight. Acts rarely, but every act has impact. Such a mind cannot be manipulated because it already sees the entire pattern before anyone else recognizes the game. In a distracted world, precision is the highest form of intelligence. Not loud, not reactive, but exact. Say this: precision is power. Emotional immunity, stay unshaken. Emotional immunity is the armor of powerful minds. Most people collapse under their feelings, reacting to every word or rejection. They become easy to predict, easy to provoke, easy to control. When emotion rules, judgment disappears. Machiavelli said, "The deceiver always finds those willing to be deceived." Emotionally reactive people are easily deceived because they act from impulse, not intelligence. Emotional immunity isn't the absence of feeling. It's the strength to stay calm while emotions burn beneath the surface. Say this: I control emotion. Emotion does not control me. Emotional immunity, the power of calm. Control. Real strength is not loud. It is calm under pressure, silence during chaos, and control when others lose control. A person without emotional discipline is like a house without walls. Every storm enters and destroys what it wants. But a disciplined mind builds invisible walls, not to block emotions, but to contain them. Anger, fear, envy, and doubt are not enemies. They are signals, signs that show where the mind is still weak. Emotional immunity begins when you recognize emotions without becoming their slave. When you feel anger but don't act on it, you learn power. When you sense fear but still move with logic, you master yourself. Every time emotion rises and you stay composed, your inner strength grows stronger. Machiavelli once said, "Rulers should appear kind, but stay rational." He wrote, "A prince never lacks reasons to break his promise." The message is not to lie, but to stay adaptable. Emotion must never control strategy. In modern life, those who stay calm when others lose control gain silent power. When someone throws emotional fire, a calm person becomes a mirror, showing the aggressor their own instability. This flips control instantly. Emotional immunity means absorbing chaos without throwing it back. It destroys manipulation because manipulation only works on those who react. Life constantly tests this power through insults, betrayal, failure, and misunderstanding. Each is a trap designed to steal your focus. But the emotionally strong mind studies pain like data. It learns from it instead of drowning in it. This turns suffering into strategy. Emotional control is not coldness. It is clarity with composure. The more immune your mind becomes, the less power the outside world has over you. People will wonder how you stay calm while everything shakes. That calmness isn't natural. It's built through practice and restraint. Every silent response is a brick in the fortress of self-command. The emotionally immune person sees what others miss. When others shout, they listen. When others panic, they observe. And in that observation, they find truth. They see motives and weaknesses hidden beneath noise. This isn't detachment from life, it's awareness. It's knowing that energy wasted on reaction is energy stolen from growth. Machiavelli called this invisible dominance, the art of staying unaffected while quietly controlling outcomes. Emotional immunity turns pain into precision. It builds mystery, and mystery builds respect. Those who cannot be shaken become untouchable. The world bends to those who do not bend to it. Say this aloud. Calm never loses. Sharpness builds. Respect. Sharpness is a language the world understands without words. In a world of noise and arrogance, the person who moves with precision, silence, and discipline stands apart. Respect doesn't come from being popular. It comes from self-control, the silent power that makes people feel your authority before you speak. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." Today, that fear isn't physical, it's psychological. It's the quiet discomfort people feel around someone who cannot be provoked or influenced. A sharp mind doesn't chase validation. It creates its own standards. Its discipline forces others to either rise or retreat. Every action is deliberate. Every response is measured. Every silence has meaning. The world respects what it cannot predict. When your emotions stay hidden and your thoughts unreadable, people move with caution. And that's where true dominance begins. Sharpness is not aggression. It's control refined into power. It's the calm confidence that speaks without words. And those who master it become impossible to ignore. Drop this in the comments. Calm never loses. Sharpness creates respect. The calmer a person becomes, the more powerful their presence grows. That power isn't charisma, it's mastery. It's the quiet strength of someone who has conquered their inner chaos. Machiavelli taught that appearance shapes power as much as action. He wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, but few experience what you really are." The sharp individual understands this deeply. Every movement is intentional. Every expression is controlled. They don't explain. They don't justify. The less they reveal, the more powerful they appear. People respect restraint because it shows control. They respect silence because it shows confidence. They respect calm because it shows power over emotion. Sharpness is knowing when to act and when to stay still. It's about mastering timing, striking when the moment has the most impact. In a noisy world, calm precision stands out more than loud ambition. The sharp person doesn't interrupt to be heard. They wait, observe, and speak when words carry the most weight. That patience builds natural authority. Soon, others start adjusting their tone around them, speaking softer, behaving more respectfully. That's the silent power of self-discipline. True respect is never demanded. It is earned through consistent control. People trust those who stay steady because in a chaotic world, they represent order. That's why sharpness commands both admiration and caution. It makes people think twice before lying, manipulating, or disrespecting. Machiavelli said that influence requires distance because too much familiarity kills respect. The sharp mind sets clear boundaries that others never forget. Respect flows naturally toward those who live by higher standards. Sharpness doesn't chase approval. It earns it through presence alone. In the end, the sharp become untouchable, not by fear, but by excellence. Their calm, focus, and restraint speak louder than any words of strength ever could. Say this aloud: respect follows clarity. Learn from mistakes. Mistakes are not failures, they are proof of progress. Every error, every regret, every fall is a coded message from reality, exposing what pride tried to hide. The weak run from mistakes because they think pain is punishment. The strong study them because they know pain is instruction. Machiavelli wrote, "A wise man does at once what a fool does at last." The difference is recognition, the ability to face a mistake immediately, learn from it, and turn it into a new strategy before it becomes weakness. The world punishes those who repeat the same mistakes because it sees them as unfit to lead themselves. But those who learn from every failure become unstoppable. Learning from mistakes is not about guilt, it's about adaptation. Each lesson transforms confusion into wisdom and pain into clarity. The person who studies their failures becomes more dangerous than the one who avoids risk. Because comfort teaches nothing, but failure sharpens judgment. Every mistake is a map, every scar is experience, and every lesson learned is a weapon for your next battle. Drop this in the comments. Respect follows clarity. The power of learning from mistakes. Every wrong choice exposes a hidden blind spot, showing where emotion, ego, or impulse clouded logic. The wise don't seek pity. They analyze what happened, find the pattern, and rewire their behavior so the same mistake never traps them twice. That's how quiet intelligence is built, not from books, but from surviving consequences. Every scar becomes a memory of strategy. Every disappointment becomes a silent teacher. Machiavelli believed that misfortune is not an enemy, it's a mentor. He said, "Fortune shows her power where courage has not prepared to resist her. Mistakes reveal where preparation was missing. When we study them, they teach us how to anticipate and adapt. The one who learns from failure no longer fears uncertainty because they have already faced their limits and grown stronger. While others hide behind excuses, the self-aware person learns to predict danger before it arrives. That foresight becomes power, the ability to move through life as an architect of outcomes, not a victim of chance. Once mistakes turn into lessons, they lose their pain. Lessons then become immunity, protection against repeating the same errors. But learning from mistakes requires ego death. You must accept responsibility without anger. Most people blame others because accountability demands internal change. Yet Machiavellian wisdom says, power grows where illusion ends. The ruler who denies mistakes loses credibility. The person who refuses to self-correct becomes predictable. True intelligence is the art of self-correction in motion. Those who study their failures evolve faster because they convert pain into power instead of paralysis. This adaptability creates strength, not because they never fail, but because they no longer fear failure at all. Machiavelli taught that resilience is born through self-education and pain. The mistake is never the real problem. Refusing to learn from it is. The one who studies their downfall gains control over its repetition, and that control is real strength. When you own your mistakes, no one can use them against you. You become immune to manipulation because your past has already been turned into wisdom. The world today worships noise, endless opinions, fake emotions, and meaningless motion disguised as progress. But the sharp mind moves in silence. It doesn't chase distractions, it removes them. It doesn't seek validation, it builds clarity. Every moment of focus becomes an act of dominance in a world addicted to confusion. Machiavelli wrote, Men rise from one ambition to another, first to protect themselves, then to command others. The sharpened mind follows the same rule. First, it removes weakness. Then, it gains control. And finally, it commands respect, without words. True transformation begins when thought stops reacting and starts anticipating. When emotion no longer rules behavior. When focus becomes unbreakable, calm becomes armor, and discipline becomes instinct. That's when the mind transcends the ordinary. A mind that doesn't just survive chaos, but bends it toward purpose. Those who master this mental sharpness walk differently. They read between words. They see through intentions. They act with precision when others hesitate. They don't need to prove intelligence. Their control speaks louder than words. They are the shadows behind power, the calm presence that commands silent respect. If this message awakens something in you, don't stop here. Act on it. Like this message, share it with someone ready to grow, and keep sharpening your mind. Every transformation starts with awareness, and you've already taken the first step. Repeat this affirmation. My mind is my greatest weapon.